All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are headed straight into the game. We are live with Heroic and SK on Cobblestone. It was Heroic winning the pistol, then the game decided to try and kill itself. But now we are back into it here, and SK, bit of a chance to see if they can make it back. And they got Tech 9s, they got Deagles, they got armor, they got pretty much everything. So, of course, we do want to thank you for your patience. A little bit of an annoying break there, but now we should be good to go.
Yeah, we're back, and it is now live. 30 seconds gone in the round, and already a little bit of damage done to SK Gaming, but they are gathered up outside of B halls. Minute 10 left, and First finally being able to actually scope out drop a little bit. So it's going to be SK Gaming just rushing plateau, getting drop control, and about as clean as can be straight onto B.
This is not a great setup for Heroic right now, unless they can get some early kills. They could definitely be locked in. Valded trying his best here with the UMP. A little bit of a Molotov to buy some time, but they could be sandwiched in right now. Valded going to go for the fight. That's a great double kill to shut down Taco and Fallen, and that's pretty much going to be the end of the newest addition to the team here. Nikolai picking up 2 good kills as well, so all of the danger averted in a couple of seconds there. But they only had 2 people on the bomb site, with a pinch coming in from Plateau and drop. That could have been really bad. Yeah,
very clean aim there from Velda. We're going to see that again here, because this could have gone south for him. He gets his flash out, but it's a second too late. It's only quick reactions from him that's able to save it, because when you got Taco and Fallen rushing you down with Tech 9s, I mean, a split second longer, Taco bangs your head off, and then they're swarming onto the site. So very well done there by Velda. That's just one of those touch-and-go sorts of scenarios where it's the individual skill, it's your ability to just adjust on the fly that's going to make the difference.
That puts the Brazilian team without a bomb plant yet. Back to just a couple of upgraded pistols here, but not really any fancy equipment at all. So they are going to have to take the 3-0 here, almost certainly. Bit of a grenade there landing, and a follow-up as well on Cold Zero. So I think they'll be fine with this. I mean, they're such an experienced team. I don't think they're going to care that much. But sure, I think they were looking to do what Daze was saying, just come in here and clean table, you know, just make sure they can win all the rounds, basically. They're probably looking for, you know, a 16-5 type victory themselves. You said 16-10, giving a Heroic, you know, a couple of more rounds, maybe. Which I don't think is unreasonable, especially the way they're playing now.
Yeah, no, it's kind of tough to say going into it. But, I mean, Velda is certainly warmed up. He's got 5 kills already. Granted, a few of those have been anti-ecos, so that's pretty clean cut. No delays. For a second there, I was wondering, but I guess Snappy just hasn't died or seen anybody, unfortunately for him. So 0-0-0. Not every day we get to see that. But it's 3-0 now for Heroic on the CT side of Cobble. SK Gaming, they've got the AKs. They've got some nades to work with here. And once again, it's going to be Taco taking point on Plateau.
And a bit of an aggressive push coming out over at long for Heroic. You see Snappy being pushed up pretty far alone with the UMP. So, and they are also keeping Freeze over here. That's a bigger commitment to long than a lot of teams will make. You see a lot of the really big teams on Cobblestone will just have the one person playing over there. Snacks playing solo for Virtus Pro, who were replaced by Heroic in this tournament. So we'll see if it's going to work out for them. It does leave the middle a lot more open. And you see Muddy walking right behind him. He can hear them all there, but the UMP, a little bit of a difficult weapon to get the triple with, but he does drop the bomb. That's fallen out of the round now, Cold Zero. Can he get the flank in?
I don't understand, but whatever, it still works. Like, what is going on here? Madi does stay alive. He's at balcony now, but it's a 2-on-4 scenario. Now a 1-on-4. Snappy, well, it's a bit quiet for you, but you are going to see some action. He gets the drop on FNX. 1-on-3, but they've got the bomb, and they're going to go over towards B site. No problem at all. But what is SK Gaming doing, just running 3 people through connector without even looking towards the B site entrance? Like, nobody even turned around at any point in time. If the 2 players that don't get overexcited coming in from B, it's because they just rushed right through. If they don't get overexcited and actually look left themselves, maybe they turn that situation around and SK never get that bomb back.
Now, I can almost guarantee that the fault for that was like a confidence call from someone on SK or on Heroic. Someone said, "Look, I just saw probably Freeze. I just saw three people here." Or was it Muddy? Yeah, it was Muddy with the UMP. So probably Muddy saying, I saw 3 people run in. For sure, the other 2 are going to be either long or slope coming into A. It's definitely a split. Just keep rotating in, right? So it's probably like a very confident call that someone made, and then that's what broke the round. And that can happen. And actually, that kind of a call is a really good source for tilting your team, because those 2 teammates running in from B, they're going to be asking Muddy, what the hell just happened? Why did you say that they were coming this way and then we all got killed? You know, that we lost the round. That can really tilt the team. Hopefully not yet, but you know, those are the kind of things that really get people arguing.
Yeah, that's experience basically, where lack of experience perhaps. You're just going to not even check angles when other teams, more experienced teams or players would just look at them by reflex, right? No matter what the call is. So unfortunately, that will cost Heroic 3-1. Now SK Gaming, they do get on the board. They've still got AKs, no AWP for Fallen just yet. And Freeze is going to be happy because he has his sniper rifle now to play with. So, minute 20 left on this clock. Cold Zera boosted up once again, hoping to catch Valda off guard over here on Plateau. But that bomb is ready to shift either way.
Yeah, and I mean, my big thing for this one was the consistency of Freeze AWPing. You know, I think Modi and Valda are going to be playing well. Didn't know much about Nikolai. He's doing pretty well early on, but it's too soon to call, I think, whether or not he's going to be a deciding factor in this game if he can have a big enough impact. But I definitely think Freeze AWPing is going to be important, especially when you're playing people like Fallen, people like Cold Zero. You have to have someone who can stop all of that sniping power. So we'll see how that's going to work out. Fur now getting a bit of a fight with Valda and comes out on bottom there. Getting headshot by the M4A1. That's a great start for Heroic.
Yeah, a lot of hesitation here, actually. They're waiting for somebody, for Velda, for somebody to go for the peak. There's the Molotov that's going to force that man up onto the plateau itself, but then the perfectly timed flash comes in from Heroic to once again slow things down. Nikolai going to pick up 1-2 kills, just shutting him down at this point. He finally gets caught out in the open by Cold. But again, a 2-on-4 here, and now Heroic, this should be impossible for them to lose. 3 players solid on the site, and Snappy, all he has to do is sit in the halls and wait.
Absolutely right. No reason to fight. Now, I was going to say no reason that Nikolai tried to take the next fight, but he did kind of win them around with that double and a great team flash from a friend as well coming in, helping out. And Freeze and Valda will clean it up. So that is brilliant. They reset SK right off the bat. We're at 4-1 here. And Heroic just doing a really good job. And here we see the play from Nikolai. Just perfect play coming in. The only time it breaks down is this third engagement. He doesn't need it. And, I mean, this time it didn't cost him, and that's good. Another time it could have. Yeah,
another time it could have been the difference maker. Curious to see what how Heroic continue to hold drop, though, because for these past couple of rounds where SK have managed to go for some kind of B split from drop and plateau, they've just been able to get into drop for free. And so, yeah, you see Modi, just they aren't even willing to try and take the fight there. They're going to play it exactly. Passive from connector, it looks like, instead of actually trying to challenge the drop room itself.
Well, SK are pretty good with the run and gun, so if you get into that drop room, you are exposing yourself to, you know, the close range, the Tech 9, and everything else, and the firepower on that team is just so much that maybe you don't feel confident even trying to do that. We've seen other teams go for a similar type of setup. This is a clean sweep here. No one goes down for Heroic, and we're at 5-1. This is looking brilliant right now for the heavy underdogs. You've got 7 people who are at a 7 to either 2 or 3-1 scoreline there. It's very impressive for Heroic early on.
Yeah, no, this is excellent work. 3 people right there, exactly. Nikolai, Valda, and Modi. And basically the 3, well, at least Valda and Modi, you expect that from them. Nikolai, however, he's showing that on land, he's not flustered.
They're doing a very, very good job, and that's obviously critical here. SK have 7 kills combined between all their players, so something is probably going to change. Something will need to change here, otherwise, who knows? Bit of a grenade in there. Again, they're trying to see if they can put the pressure on drop, but Heroic aren't really there. Muddy going to turn around and face a lot of people with Tech 9s, and that's a bit of a problem.
Well, Snappy gets a bit too excited there. Freeze is gone as well, and this is just so quick that Heroic just get run over, and that's what SK Gaming are capable of. You know, a bit of that VP style where they're just so explosive. They get that opening on Madi, and they just don't stop. You're going to get run down at that point, although it's a bit unfortunate that Snappy peeking into mid just got 1-degged.
Yeah, that's certainly part of it, but what's even more confusing is SK put a grenade into drop first, and still Muddy was sort of faced the middle. He must have heard that. Now, why did it take 3 people for them to try and look into middle? Why not at least 1 person? It's fine if they're not directly in drop, but obviously someone has to be somewhat nearby. So that looked like just a sort of a defensive breakdown there for Heroic.
Shaky.
Yeah, just very odd, because they're not supposed to be able to get that far in before anyone notices. So that's a bit of a shame. And SK has been given a big round here and a big chance to just come right back into the game.
Yeah, not a problem that Cold gets picked off. This was an eco round after all, so he'll be able to buy up full. Yeah, Madi just steps way out there into the open, not expecting that many people to be in connector already. And there isn't a whole lot that Freeze can do at that point.
I'm mystified because Freeze and Snappy were both on the A-bomb side as well. In what scenario would you ever need to have 3 people on the A-bomb side, 2 and B, and no one covering connector? That was the setup we just saw from Heroic.
Yeah. Shaky, but still can't really make those kinds of mistakes versus SK Gaming. They've got 2 rounds on the board now. Heroic still sitting at 5. But this is the kind of chance that SK need to be able to just get back into this and start taking control. Pretty sure that Heroic have used all of their bank in this round as well. 3 guys are still sitting around 5,000 actually, so Pretty solid stuff. Cold, nobody saw that, don't worry.
We saw it. Taco going to be leaping right in, but where's the backup? It's really far behind here, so they're getting a chance for individual engagements, though Muddy will be going down. Nikolai actually playing just to the edge of the smoke. That's a great kill on Cold Zero. Didn't see it coming. Now it's 4 on 3. The bomb is down in the site, so they have to commit to this fight. They can't even rotate out and go somewhere else. Fallen in the back line with the AWP. He's going to miss that shot, and that gives a second lease on life here for Nikolai on the bomb side. FNX going to be going down, and he'll hit the shot. Fallen, he knows he's in there somewhere, but can he do anything to actually get the kill? He's not been able to root him out so far. There's the kill finally happening, and now Fur reloading, pushing into Freeze, and he's going to get the kill regardless. SK will turn it around in spite of what looked like a great start for Heroic.
Yeah, this is just chaos, Anders. I don't even know what to think anymore. FNX somehow finds the kill on Madi. This was very clever here by Nikolai playing on the edge of the smoke. That was very nice work. Drops the bomb out there, but then they just kind of go back and forth. Curious, is this a tactical or a technical? I do have eyes, people. But not anymore. So, is this...
The magic of sunglasses.
I know, I love him. Fallen's monitor, apparently.
It's all right. We'll get him a new one.
Oh, we're good. We're back in.
Or
Let's
he
go.
could just... All right. Did he unplug it himself? That happens to me every once in a while.
Too excited, I know, right? You're like, ah, and then something smack the monitor, you hit the power button somehow, and you feel really, really silly. And you might lose the round.
Yeah, what's also silly is the fact that Nikolai is sort of trapped behind the statue once he gets the first 2 kills, and it doesn't seem like anyone is able to come and help him, right? Fallen is allowed to sort of sneak further into his right-hand side, and it just sort of gets worse and worse. Someone is supposed to be throwing a flashbang, so Nikolai can go and challenge Fallen, or anything like that. There needs to be some sort of, backup there, and it didn't quite happen. So still, I mean, they're putting up a pretty good fight, Heroic, and they're off to a great start. So I don't want to take anything away from them, but, it's a new team, and we're still learning about them, especially with the addition of Nikolai here. I mean, I think that's the big question mark.
Yeah, they've still got 5 rounds on the board, Heroic. CT side Cbble, it's not too shabby. SK Gaming with 3 rounds. But because of that bank, now they have to be getting low on money. I mean, at this point, they must have spent everything. Yeah, okay, now they're broke. So they've lost 2 rounds in a row. They'll get up to 3 rounds if they lose this one, but it should still be like not enough to be able to go for a full buy. So if Heroic lose this one, it's giving SK Gaming a great chance to really start to run away with this first half, or at least tie it up.
And SK Gaming being maybe a lot slower than some people were expecting. They aren't really taking their time. I think maybe they've just had a bit jab on the jaw here early on, so now they're sort of a little bit shook. They're thinking, oh, wait a minute, maybe we should just relax and play this the safe way, and that's definitely what they're doing right now. Down to 35 seconds. The only person defending on A right now is Snappy, and he's really far back, which means he's going to have no information. Like, when they get here, that's when he can call for backup, so it's going to be real late. It's good that finally Freeze is rotating in as well, but still, they're very far back on the site.
Well, that was a perfectly timed flash. It allows Freeze to get onto the site itself, and now they have that first line of contact. It's going to be Snappy. He hits his shot, but then Fur and FNX come alive. 2 big kills for them. Cold takes down Nikolai, and that's pretty much the round done. Unless Madi or Velda exactly can catch somebody overextending out in the open, i.e. Fur, that would have been the kill to actually start things there for Heroic, because the bomb gets planted after Fur challenges. So if Madi were to, if this was a world where Madi wins that duel versus Fur, yeah, then they could definitely go for the retake.
Well, and what's even crazier, the bomb went down with 6 seconds left. So if Snappy and Freeze hadn't just directly folded on that bomb site, if they'd actually put up more of a fight, this could have been a horrendous round for SK. And again, this is sort of a rod of their own making here. They did this, Heroic, by being so far back on the bomb site. Snappy even saw the smoke coming down over it long, and he can't know if someone's going to push through it, so it's not like 100%, but still, the smoke goes down, and they can't get into good position. Freeze runs all the way at the back of the bomb site. They're having just a really awkward fight there, and they need to know more early on. If you're going to be holding alone like Snappy did, you need to be a little bit more proactive, I think.
Or Freeze needs to be in a position where he can actually trade with you. If you're that first line of contact, you need to have the angles worked out so that your teammate is going to be able to back you up if you take the fight. Nicely done there by Taco. The timing works out perfectly for him to catch Nikolai before Nikolai can make it to the ramp. And now that leaves it down to Fur over here in drop. He hasn't had a whole lot of action in drop itself. Once again, he drops in there for free. Freeze waiting on the angle, though, but not going to be good enough. No Kevlar there to mitigate the aim punch, and now Fur kind of gets to run the house here, although he does have that AK. He's at risk of getting caught. Surprise, surprise, and Madi actually finds the kill, and a second one as well. Takes down Cold.
It's not bad. I mean, doing a little bit of damage here to the SK economy is definitely going to help out, but it doesn't change the fact that the Brazilian team have equalized the score very quickly here. It's back to 5-5, But this is kind of what we are expecting. Now we're going into the 11th round, and Freeze, the problem is, even though they've had a lot of money, he hasn't often had a lot of money for the AWP. He does now, and I really want to see him make an impact. I kind of want to see a lot of these rounds where we start off with Freeze getting killed, and then everyone just relaxing.
Wow, Freeze going aggressive long, actually, with his AWP. So he's expecting some kind of pressure over here, but it's just not going to happen. SK Gaming realizing that they can get into drop for free practically every round. It seems like they want to try and take advantage of that. Taco and Fur can work together as a duo. And so the push begins here on the B site into drop. We'll see some action. The Molotov is going to go to back plateau to try and clear out that angle. Velda and Nikolai have been doing some pretty good work from there. But it seems like now is the time. There's the flash, and Taco about to go for the drop. Hello, nobody there.
Once again, they're going to run into Snappy right at this corner if they try and go for it. Great flash coming through from Fur. Going to be running right for the smoke, but they're not connecting with anyone yet, and they're going to run into Valda first. He picks up one. Snappy with a kill on FNX, and suddenly they're in a 5 versus 3. They have a minute this time to work with SK, but this is going to be a hard round for them to bring back in, and especially now that Cold Seer is down. Fallen is next. Nikolai on the bomb site, picking up a great double kill. He is right now rock solid on this B defense.
Excellent work. He is, in fact. I mean, not a lot of people would have said that he's the guy we need to keep an eye on here for this team. Obviously, Glaive leaving the team is pretty much that big moment, that big player. Snappy so close into connector, actually. That made a big difference there. Caught FNX off guard, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, only in the sense that we didn't know anything about him, so it would be like an interesting, experience to see what he's all about. It would be crazy if sort of the Danish Counter-Strike scene manages to churn out like 4 sort of very good talent in just, in about a year or maybe a little bit more, but still.
This is like Sweden was back in the day of like LGB NIP Fnatic, right? Where it's like, okay, you have 3 teams that can actually compete at the top. Imagine a world where it's Denmark that takes over that role and says, well, we have Dignitas Astralis, and, well, Heroic now can do some damage too. Guess what?
Could happen, maybe. Nikolai with a really good shot there. Taco jumps in, flash. Now he's trying to put up the Molotov. Timing is a little bit off, and he's going to get downed. Valda in the back line will pick up a kill with that stolen AK. So still a man advantage here for Heroic. Cold Seer taking up a really good position, bumping into someone in the smoke, and Valda just a little bit quicker. He's going to turn around and pick up that kill. That makes it a 4-on-2 here. Fallen out in the open, and FNX not in a position to back him up at all. Bomb not even planted here in FNX. Not a chance.
He should be comfortable in the flames, though, being a Phoenix and all. Be like nice and warm.
That is true.
Toasty. I am perfectly fine with this. I think that Taco is not perfectly fine with the fact that his teammates keep hanging him out to dry. 1v2 scenario now for FNX. 34 HP on him, and 30 seconds left here to try and find a way to get off of this plateau. He's looking for somebody to get greedy, and that's Velda holding on the site. Snappy holding by connector. They know that the bomb is out in the open on the bomb site. They know all they have to do is just sit here and wait, and it looks like Snappy's going to be that first point of contact. Holding over from connector, he'll be watching that line, and Velda will be there to support.
Oh, a little bit of a shot coming out, but Snappy will get the kill, and you're exactly right. All they need, he had 25 seconds. If they had gone for anything there, if they'd gone for the fight, I would have been so angry. The fact that they waited is definitely a good sign for Heroic.
That sucks for Nikolai, because I think what he's thinking is that it was just Taco, and then there was like this massive gap, when in fact it was a perfectly timed flash that created that gap between Taco and the next 2 players in line for SK Gaming. They got full blinded and stopped running, and that's probably why Nikolai's like, I've got the time to throw this incendiary, and then the timing just lined up nicely for them to run over him. But still, I mean, sick plays, man. This is actually Heroic really putting up a fight versus SK right now. 5-7, SK trailing, but they still have the money for AKs and nades, and they still want to go towards this B site. They're not giving up.
I mean, you have to say right now they're winning the game. Modi going to be picking up a kill there on FNX, and Fur suddenly trapped in here, taking a little bit of damage from the fire. Great shot coming in from Nikolai. He's going to be downed, and Cold Seer, he gets the kill on Valda. That's very important. Modi low on health, and he's going to be picked up by Fur there. So now it's a 2-on-2. A good chance here for SK to make it happen.
Oh, that's a big kill there by Snappy. Winning the duel versus Fur. Now there's 2 of them. Freeze is still alive. Snappy there as well. Great nades. Double HE. Drops Fallen down to 12 HP, and that's not going to help him. Especially, well, if they realize how effective it is, but Freeze, wise, he flips out. He actually goes towards the M4 instead of the AWP, and so now really it's all about hitting that one bullet, figuring out where Fallen's coming from.
Another grenade. That's 3 in a row that they managed to put on Fallen. I'm not sure if we could see him on the face cam down there, but that's got to be upsetting. The 8th round being picked up by Heroic here. That is really big news. They are obviously going to be very excited at the moment. Hopefully not too excited because they need to keep their cool here. SK is the caliber of team that if you should let your foot off the pedal even for a second, they are going to overtake you almost immediately. So I would say this is a very good start. I am not at all confident that they're winning the game, but this is very impressive. 8-5 moving into the 14th round. And look at the scores here. Valde and Nikolai just absolutely wrecking them.
Yeah, they're just having a ball. And Madi as well. 3 players, mid-teens. Doesn't even matter that the next 2, Snappy, that they aren't actually, getting that many kills either. It's just that their teammates aren't willing to share right now. They're doing the majority of the work. Whereas over on SK Gaming side, what's going on, Fallen? 3 kills. We're 14 rounds in, and Fallen has 3 kills. Taco with 5, FNX with 6. I mean, this is definitely not the level we expect to see from SK Gaming. And Taco loses the fight versus Velda straight up there.
And even worse, they don't have a Molotov to clear him out. If they had grenades, then he'd be dead right now. But because they've lost so many rounds here, they don't have the equipment to deal with it. And Heroic must realize that by now. They've got to realize no grenades are coming. So they could just leave Valder in there. And eventually they will have to do something about it. He's a little bit worried at the moment. But the rest of SK are trying to see if they can make a distraction happen on the other side of the map. You can see sort of 2 of them, a little squad over here, just trying to see if they can maybe break up the defense over on B.
I like that a lot. This is some clever stuff over on Plateau as well. Between Velda and Nikolai, passing the AK over to Velda so that he can one-tap somebody in the head if they try to rush. In the meantime, Nikolai can spray with the silencer, and SK can't get a bead on him. I like it. This is clever. Small details, but so fun to watch. I love watching Scandinavian CS.
Look at the time as well. This is madness again from SK. We're down to 25 seconds, and only now are they bringing the bomb. If that bomb drops here, then that's going to be it. And Valde in the corner still after all that time. Bomb is down. Now 17 seconds here. Fur going to go for a bit of a spray. Freeze will be picked up in transition, so suddenly it is a 2-on-2, but they've only got 10 seconds. Body spraying blinded. He can't pick up the kill. Now 8 seconds for the cross, and Cold Sierra going to go for the bomb plant here. Snappy running right in. Does he spot him? He will get the kill, but only after the bomb plant. Now it's a 1-on-1. Fur versus Snappy. He does have a kit. He's going to go straight for the plant here. He's around the corner. Fur, he can't spot him coming in from this angle. It's going to be the defuse. What a defuse coming in. Snappy reading it perfectly. He knew where Fur was. He gets that defuse. A big win.
What a baller. That is so sick. He knew exactly where Fur was, obviously, because his teammate just died to him, but so sick, the positioning. Okay, that was a big round to win there for Heroic. That's going to get them pumped up. I love it, man. This is so sick to see. Heroic right now, this level. I mean, I will say that why are they so ultra aggressive when it comes to these retakes? Like, they keep trying to get there to stop the bomb from going down when they've got a man advantage. It's like, okay, then your teammate just has to stay alive, give them the site, sure, and then you go in with that man advantage and you retake the site. Instead, Freeze keeps getting caught out and connected. Like, the guys rotating over just keep getting caught out because they're in such a rush. So, Heroic are making life difficult for themselves.
Yeah, and they're not even, like, you're right, he was rotating without the bomb even being down. That's finally a great pick off there from Freeze, and it's the 15th round. SK, they desperately need this. Taco going to be going down again, and the crossfire set up here. Snappy going to get another headshot. Double kill for him before he finally drops, and it's all on Fur here. 1 versus 4, and they just have a really good first half on their hands here. Obviously going to be a 10th round. Fur going to get picked up by Freeze. 10-5, favoring Heroic against SK. And it's going to be on Cobblestone. We'll be right back after a break into the second half. Stay with us. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We do have an exciting game on our hands. It was slow to start, but now, suddenly, Heroic are up 10-5 on the CT side against SK on Cobblestone. Now they're going to play the T side, and honestly, the two sort of youngsters on this team, Nikolai and Valda, they are playing a very good game right now. Top fragging and just generally wrecking the Brazilians.
And then you have the vet Madi as well. Like between the three of them, SK still seem to have this tactic that they just repeatedly hit the same site over and over and over again, and they just seem to want to only hit the B site here on Cobble. They went A few times, but really it's just been about the B site. Perhaps looking to exploit that, perhaps expecting to find not Snappy plays A, but Velda or Nikolai, a little shaky, a little nervous on land, playing against SK. Maybe they're looking to exploit that. And the young Danes were just like, actually, no, we're not going to. They're just taking phone, like, bam, we're not having any of that. Get out of my server.
I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? Because this is really when you would expect someone to have a lot of nerves. You know, playing in a big tournament, you're playing one of the best teams in the world. What's happening?
You know Goodfellas, right?
I do.
Yeah, one of the most god-tier movies ever created. If you haven't seen Goodfellas, go and watch it, please. But, you know, when De Niro is just, you know, got the wig sales, where he's like, pay me my money! Pay me my money! You got to pay me money! Pay me my money! That's what I'm seeing, like, Velda do right now to SK.
I mean, it's impressive, right? You're a young player. You're playing as one of the best teams in the world on LAN, and you don't have that much experience. You know, Nikolai and Valda both just fresh into it, and they don't seem to be phased at all. They don't care. No. And if this is the mentality, I mean, you're right. They do have Muddy behind them. They have Freeze behind them, and those two have been playing together for a very long time. They were a duo back in 1.6 even. Yeah. They were playing with, you know, Forrest and everybody else in SK for a while, or not in SK, but Fnatic for a while. Was it SK? I want to say it's Fnatic instead, but I could be wrong on the history. We'll get Duncan or Vendetta on the phone and figure out exactly what was up.
Well, we're going to have another technical delay here, boys, unfortunately. It looks like might have to change a PC, so that's a little unfortunate. But it gives me more time to talk a bit about SK.
It doesn't.
And what is going on there.
I wish it did, but we are going to go to a break.
Get out!
So you won't be having any time. Just stay with us, and we'll be back soon enough for the second half. It won't be long.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ESL Oakland!
Superman shots in the room, and Phoenix about to bring it back now. All on Nico, trying to see if they can get the defuse, and Nico, oh no, Phoenix!
Has to keep Virtus Pro alive. Taco once closer. AW.
He's looking for a third. He's gonna get a hit by headshot again. Oh my god.
Come on, one more?
One more.
Okay.
Start the show. Yes!
Totino's pizza rolls. Also, Totino's stuffed nachos.
That's a whole lot of sugar. Fun fact, there are about 16 packs of sugar in one 20-ounce can drink. And then there's us.
G Fuel, the official energy drink of esports.
All gaming PCs on sale at Best Buy.
Get your team apparel now at shop.eslgaming.com.
All gaming PCs on sale at Best Buy.
Welcome back. We are just getting into the second half here between Heroic and SK on Cobblestone for what is an exciting game in spite of the interruptions due to hardware failure, I think. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
It's okay. I see how this is. You know, it's like every week. You know, you got to wait. So if you watch Westworld or something, right? You know, you got to wait for next week's episode, right? Game of Thrones. And this is what's happening here. You know, it's just like we'll get the taste, and it's like go back next week for the second half of Cobblestone, where it's SK and Heroic, and Heroic are currently dumpstering SK. So what's going on here?
This was a real cliffhanger, Anders. Now, what's going to be the finale? Because now we're about to get into the second half.
I mean, the interesting thing is we don't even know. Has this been like a time for SK to relax and, you know, sort of set themselves right? Or has it just been pure frustration on their part due to whatever the issue is? We're not quite sure, but we are sure that Heroic are playing a very good game. Nikolai and Valda doing very well there on the Heroic side with some backup from the more experienced players, Mori and Freeze. We'll see Fur falling back. He's about to get completely collapsed upon. Snappy to take him down. Fallen with a good kill. Needs more, but he's not going to get it. FNX executing Valder and a follow-up headshot. Great play here. FNX finally goes down, and it's a 2-on-2.
So scary. That was the shot right there from Snappy. Had he been able to hit that on Cold Zero, this would have been magnificent. But still, this allows for Nikolai to stick this bomb plant. Taco knows that there's a player in long halls now, and he's going to get the drop on him unless Snappy, through some sixth sense, realizes that he's getting snuck up on. Easy shot for Taco, but he misses it! Oh no, Taco! 1v2 now for Cold!
That can never happen, but neither can that. Cold Zero taking out Nikolai, looking for the final kill here. He's got him in the corner, trying to chase him down, and Snappy will fall. Cold Zero to save SK from the very brink there. That's going to be a double kill and a defuse. He will have the time for it. That was a crazy pistol round.
Wild. And I think SK really only survived that because they were so quick with the rotate over to A site. Like, FNX wasted no time at all in bolstering the defense over here, just rotated immediately. Did some pretty decent damage, got 2 kills basically. And that's probably due to just the chaos, right? Nobody watching balcony, he's able to sneak out, he's able to catch somebody off guard. But way too hectic for my liking, Anders. That was a bit too close. And look at this from Heroic, they know how close it was. They show no fear. True Vikings here.
I mean, yeah, and this is obviously a break from the meta. Normally, you get the bomb down, you wait until the third round, you buy AKs. They have gone Tech-9 and UMPs. They're right on the bomb side. They almost catch Taco in the corner. Nearly a kill, but up on the plateau, one player snuck in, and that's Cold Zero picking up a kill. FNX will be going down, and now can they find Cold Zero somewhere? Taco, very low on health here, trying to stay alive in the back line, and Cold Zero out of the round as well. It's looking sketchy at the moment, 3-on-3.
I don't even know. This is just so chaotic. There's the flash deep, allows for a little bit of a peek. But they're still just sitting and waiting. Taco's only got 3 HP. Why hasn't anybody tried to wallbang him yet? That wall is paper. Just put some shots through. There we go. Taco finally gone. It's down to Fallen and Fur, but Madi and Snappy are so very low on HP, and Nikolai not able to get the job done.
He needed that kill. He was the only one left with any real health on the team now. It's a huge health advantage here for SK and Taco. Well, Fur with the kill, Taco with the assist there, denying, well, not nearly there, but trying to deny the bomb. And Modi in the back line here. UMP 15 health, he's going to go for a spray. Gets a headshot, but he can't escape. Fallen will take him out. A very close round there for Heroic. I think they spent too much time looking for Taco in the back line there, but it will be their round anyway.
They did get bogged down, but you're right. That's a great play from Taco. Just the fact that he's staying alive for so long, he's forcing Snappy to stay on plateau and just keep eyes on him so that he can't peek out and, you know, shoot one of his teammates in the back. It's very, very solid work, just patient play from Taco that actually pays off massively for SK Gaming. So they survive, and well, Heroic, this is just OG CS here from like 2 years ago. Let's force buy every round, boys. We got this.
Yeah, they want to get back into the rhythm that they had in the first half where SK were completely demoralized and Heroic were feeling really good about themselves. They're going to try and push their way through. Modi nearly goes down. That's a nice bit of damage being put out early on. The rotation's already happening here for SK towards the A bomb site, so Heroic are going to be in a lot of trouble right here. And you can see Fur picking up a great triple, mowing them down with a FAMAS, and that's the end of the round. And, you know, you put that much into the first 3 rounds here, and it doesn't work. Now you've definitely given a ticket for SK back in the game.
Oh, we have a pause. Are you surprised, Anders? Because I'm not.
You never know. Could be anything, Samler. Don't be such an naysayer. Do you watch Westworld?
Well, because of yes, but I've only watched like the first 3 because then I've been on the road since.
All right.
So I'm waiting to get back home again so I can just marathon it.
And you know what? We do have just a bit of a twist. It's a tactical timeout this time. So just
Stop.
Heroic taking a deep breath here.
Oh, you.
Getting a chance to just calm down and see what's up.
They can keep force buying if they want. They've got 3,000 across the board now, so they could keep force buying if they want.
I think that's too much.
You
I
want
think
to play this game?
if they had got 4 kills in this round, sure, do it. They definitely do it. But because they were just kind of wiped out, I think this is the point in time where it stops making sense.
Yeah, I suppose, Anders, the voice of reason. And yeah, you're right. They are going to slow things down here. This is the risky run. And, well, they're going to have to try and do some damage here to SK Gaming because this is going to allow SK Gaming, especially after a solid round in the 18th where they didn't take much damage. If they survive with all 5 players here, SK, it's going to be looking a little grim for Heroic. Nicely done there. Good punish on Fallen. So that's 1 kill going their way, but then Fallen was farming it up with that UMP for a couple rounds, so they need more than that.
Fur potentially could have been in a dangerous position in there. You see him sort of very close and 4 people on the other side, but he's going to fall back from it. So for the moment, he's safe. Fallen did do some pretty good damage to Snappy and Valdez, so I'm not too worried about SK in this round. I think they're going to be in a decent enough position. Cold Zero up on the plateau. He's going to have advanced warning when they get there, and FNX, it's not a great setup. It's not a really strong setup here, but as long as FNX doesn't go down, I think they're still going to be in an all right position, SK.
Yeah, they don't have any incendiaries. That's the big difference maker here. So Cold, he's going to be able to hang out, no problem at all. FNX, eyes on drop, but that's not where the action's going to be. It's going to be Cold. They're leading with the bomb as well, Heroic, so very little room for error here. It's all about just snuffing Cold as quickly as possible. There's the team flash, and Cold with the drive-by. Not going to happen. They shoot his tires out, but then FNX in position. 3, 4 kills, all of them the anti-eco spray. Such a feel-good moment for him.
They did just line up perfectly for him, so not much else to say. 30 bullets there, the M4A4, and that's going to almost tie it up. We're at 9-10 now, so that's 4 rounds straight in a row here for SK early on in the second half. We'll see if Freeze with that AW, he can turn things around. Heroic, I think they need to get that mojo back here really early on.
Yeah, especially because SK Gaming are doing basically what Heroic did at the beginning of the first half. They won the pistol on the CT side, and now they're close to tying things up 10-10 here. So SK, this is their time to shine, to really just put a halt to the Danish destruction. They need to actually start just slapping them around here. Fallen, you took a beating in the first half. Now's your time to hit the shot. He's got the angle. The flash is going to come through from Nikolai, and this one should be effective. Fallen is going to hear it coming, though, and he's going to be able to back off just in the nick of time.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because the one of those grenades sort of gives it away. You'd think there was a way to flash Fallen there without necessarily letting him know that the smoke was coming in, and that's going to be Muddy getting caught off guard by Fur. I think they probably thought that those grenades that were just put down here would have forced everyone back, but just Fur sticking around.
It's that smoke that throws them for a loop, I think. Heroic with the flash incendiary moving in like that, I think that they're expecting to just be able to take over long and collapse on Danger. And the fact that there's that smoke, they can't just push through if somebody's sitting on the other side with the rifle, and that throws off the timing a little bit there. Madi gets flanked, and now there's a man advantage for SK Gaming in this key round. 10-9, Heroic on the lead, but down a man trying to swarm over the A site. When SK Gaming, you can tell, they're pushing all over the place on the B site trying to get info, and there's soon going to be 3 players, soon to be 4 players here on A, ready and waiting.
Wow, Fallen with the kill, even gets the follow-up. Flawless round, and suddenly it's looking very grim here for the Danish side. You see practically 2 flawless rounds here coming in from SK. They've got the money now, and Heroic, they keep not getting bomb plants. They keep not getting enough kills here. So, I mean, it's just changed very fast.
Yeah, now it's starting to look a little grim. This is where we need to look to Velda, Snappy, basically. And Snappy has certainly woken up here, actually, towards the end of the first half, going into the second. He started to get some kills on the board, but this is where the lack of experience could be telling, although Fur just steps way out in the open, gets punished by Madi. Nicely done there by the veteran. But still, this is where these players who are lacking a bit of international LAN experience, when it gets to crunch time, SK Gaming have the edge.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing great on defense, but they need someone who's going to be that player to just run into a site, pick up a kill, you know, open it up, make sure that they can get in there. Hasn't really happened yet. They've been shut down quite a bit over at long and on that A slope. Now they're gravitating a little bit further back towards the B hallways. Not ready to commit to anything, and I mean, they have armor, and Modi has the AK. this can happen.
They have a minute as well. They're waiting to see if they got any kind of, if SK Gaming went for a push at A long or tried to get any info towards A Heroic. And with 50 seconds left on this clock, SK Gaming have rotated 3 players over towards B. They have the crossfire and drop ready to catch Heroic if they try and make that run. But it's going to be action A here in just a moment. They have Madi with that AK, and it looks like he's going to lead the way, but they're taking the long way around. They really are running down this clock. This is getting a little scary here now for Heroic. They're going to have very little room for error. 33 seconds left in a single smoke grenade here to help them get past Fallen, who's got that AWP and who's going to be wise and back off to the site.
And because of the time constraint here, this is a really big problem for Heroic. 22 seconds. Fallen picking up a big kill on Freeze. Now the bomb is going to be coming in on this side. Fallen, easy pickoff on Nikolai. He's just doing work right now. They're trying to get up there, but he even has backup in Cold Zero. This round falling apart for Heroic. 10 seconds left, and Snappy just has to try and get himself killed. That's a quad kill for Fallen. And now SK overtake the round lead, 11-10.
What excellent work from Fallen. I mean, just in the positioning, this is a little, I mean, he's got that pick on underpass and just instantly falls back, doesn't fall for the shoulder peek. I mean, that's just very, very clean, cool opping. And so he's actually come alive as well. He's managed to pick up a few kills. That gets him into 14 now. And Heroic, after that round of eco, they get to buy. Freeze has got his AWP, so we'll see where he decides to take up his position. He's over by Plateau right now, hoping for somebody to get over aggressive over there, but instead it looks like it's going to be Heroic going for a change of pace, straight into underpass, and it looks like a straight rush onto A.
They need to win one of these fights here. They needed a headshot on Fur. Now that he's backed off, backup could be called for. They are trying to see if they can still push it up here, but they've got to realize that there are people coming in. They do have one guy who's managed to make his way into drop, and that's Valda just sneaking around in there, but look at SK. They're not just going to run their way through. They know someone could be there. They're not going to make the same mistake that Heroic, in fact, did on the first half, and that's interesting to see. Nikolai trying to get a pick off here. Modi finally with a headshot on FNX.
But there's still 2 players alive by the wood. And, well, just now is this going to start opening up here. Velda has got balcony control, so he can start, well, basically pinching onto Fallen and to Fur, who are stuck over here, and eventually they're going to get flanked. There you go, Velda with both kills. Fantastic work from him. Cold, he brings his op to bear, picks up 1 kill, but it's not going to be good enough here as Taco gets traded by Velda. And it's a 1v3 retake scenario now for Cold Zera. Not looking too good for him.
What a great round from Velda. 3 headshots with the AK, almost cementing the win here. It's Cold Zero, 1 versus 2. AWP for the retake, not the best weapon for it. Modi is kind of low on health. Freeze covering the balcony still. And Cold Zero does not have a kit picked up. He's going to have to exit this bomb site. He can't really do anything.
Yeah, too much time is burnt off this clock at this point. Seems like he just wants to make this as expensive as possible for Heroic. If he can get the shot onto Freeze, stop him from saving that op, that would be fantastic. There you go, job done. And now he can back off scot-free. Although there is still Madi over towards danger. Madi is going towards A long instead. But what? That's just basically, you know, you've lost the round at that point. You're just trying to do the best that you can and make it as expensive as possible. And Cold just did excellent work. Saves his op and makes Heroic spend all of their money once again.
It's a very important round there. And Valda, I mean, saving them with that huge flank and just reading very well exactly where they were. So it's going to tie up the scoreline. SK, they save one up. They buy another one. And it's into a double setup for them. The only bank they have is on Taco there. So, I mean, both teams just near the edge of ecoing here.
Yeah, this is going to be that swing round. But so far, SK Gaming, they've done a fantastic job of calming down Heroic. Heroic had total control. This is the first round that Heroic have won in the second half. SK Gaming have picked up 6 of them. So, 11-11. And Heroic, it's actually Madi once again successfully finding Fur over an underpass on A to start things off. Heroic want to pressure B this time around, though. Straight into drop they go.
Such a big kill. Flash being set up here for Valden. It works perfectly. Catches both the SK members. Taco very nearly going down. That should be the round now. In the backline, Cold Zero, the only one who could hold on here. He's got the AWP, but he's going to get straight headshot. Modi picking up that kill. Wow, SK. It was looking so good. They won 5 rounds in a row. And now, I'm not so sure anymore. In fact, I think 6 rounds in a row. Suddenly, it's looking a little bit sketchy. Oh, Fallen going for the fight against Freeze and not coming out on top.
That's just details. Looks like we're going to have a technical pause, or tactical pause, rather, coming in here from SK Gaming. I'm so used to the technical pauses right now.
You're getting paranoid somewhere.
I know, right? Everything's a technical pause. But what did I want to say after getting distracted? It's all in the details. What a nice little pop flash to open things up. Straight drop control, no fear at all coming in from Heroic. They just take over drop behind the incendiary, and then they even run into their own incendiary just to force SK into an awkward position with that flash. It's so nice to see that Heroic are able to keep their cool right now versus SK, who clearly took over that second half at the beginning of it, at least.
I mean, I would even say we're suddenly learning a lot about Heroic here, because it's one thing to have a good start, you know, but you win the pistol, you have a good start to the game, and suddenly everything is great. It's another thing to suddenly lose, 5 or 6 rounds in a row and then still be able to come back. That's quite impressive. That shows something about the players that are on this team, and also maybe something about the team chemistry, that, they're not just, fighting each other. They are actually maybe still sort of trying to win the game, and that's good news.
You only say that because Freeze is on there, and you remember the good days of Freeze and Asilian just wanting to shank each other after every game.
Yeah, but also Muddy. I mean, I have big question marks. It's great that if they've changed sort of their mentality, that's obviously very hard to do. Maybe one of the hardest things to do as a Counter-Strike player. But if it's done it successfully here, that's obviously very impressive. So we'll see if it's going to continue. 12-11, Muddy charging in. There's a guy right behind him that I'm not sure he's realized inside the smoke. Fur with the Mag 7. Timing is everything right now, and he's going to get the wrong timing this time. Freeze looking straight at him. And Cold Sierra looking for some pickoffs with the Deagle, but he's flashed. Going to get taken out.
What excellent work there by Freeze, realizing what was going on. Perhaps it took just a little bit too long to get through that smoke. They bumped into each other. He's not going to do so hot there versus Taco, who had the UMP. Nice nade as well by Taco, but this round is pretty much as good as done here. Unless SK could catch Velda, maybe Fallen can be quick enough, but it's not going to happen. Velda wins that fight, and it's on Taco. And honestly, Taco, yeah, you've got gear, you've got the Kevlar, you've got the kit, you even invested in a UMP. Just back off. Save this stuff for the next round. Maybe it's the difference between you dropping an op for Fallen or not. Yeah, because Fallen's only at 1,800 right now, so this might make the difference. If Taco can save this, maybe even pick up one more kill. There you go. 1. Can he find 2?
Definitely making that money.
Oh, the wall bang.
That was a great idea from Taco, but great pickup from Nikolai as well. 13-11, and we're looking at 26 kills for Valda. He's playing SK, for God's sakes, and he's still doing this well. That's incredible, and he's getting a lot of backup. Muddy is now on the second on the scoreboard there with 20 kills, and I think that's been consistent for Muddy for quite a while now. That he's just back in Counter-Strike again.
Yeah, he's looking so solid. If you can have 3 players hitting their shots, if you're Heroic right now, you can definitely there's some upset potential there. 13-11, and once again, same thing. Rinse and repeat. This time, Cold Zero, however, is there to take the fight to him. 2 kills for him, and his teammates are still alive on the site itself, although Nikolai will find the pick on FNX, creating some space here for Heroic to work with. The nades are going to go out, and now they have to try and get that bomb plant.
And this delay in the bomb plant actually means Fur can rotate in. He was quite far away. Great boost coming out. Nikolai picking up the 1 kill, going for the spray. Can't quite catch Fallen. That would have been a big kill there, but it gets Cold Sierra, who runs through the smoke, and now suddenly SK 2 versus 3. What's happening here? Nikolai with the triple kill, looking for a bit more. Fallen going to be close with the AWP, but the smoke goes up, and he's almost down through the smoke. It's a shot coming out. It's Nikolai picking up a quad kill. Heroic now at 14. They turn it around. What a crazy round here for the Danish team.
This is unbelievable. They just picked apart SK Gaming and made it look easy the entire time. It's almost like SK are playing into Heroic's hands at that point. The shot on Taco, okay, Taco's probably watching Plateau. Not a whole lot he can do if somebody gets boosted over him. But then the 2 players at Connector, Cole just running through the smoke. That's crazy stuff. Like, that's actually wild that we're seeing SK make these kinds of errors that end up costing them rounds versus the likes of Heroic. Nikolai, what a round.
It's unbelievable. Now you see how much pressure SK are suddenly under here. They've gone for the Mag 7s, the Deagles, whatever they can buy here. They just need to put an end to this. They could make the comeback. They could make the 16-14 if they could pick up a couple of good Mag 7 kills here, but the momentum just looks like it's all with Heroic right now.
I do like this read by Fallen, though. 3 players over at A long. He's got a Mag 7 up close. So, I mean, this is they're expecting Heroic to try and wrap over here onto the other side, but Heroic are content to just play default. They're just waiting to see where SK Gaming are going to go for that push for info. We just ticked past the minute mark. It's about now when SK would want to make a play to try and figure out where Heroic are coming from.
Nikolai thinking about going into drop for a little bit, but not committing to it. They are funneling in for the middle. There's a great shot from Cold Sierra. Gonna get returned by Valde, but you're right, they do have another 2 members over here. Taco, one of them sneaking in behind and tries to get that headshot, but not quite able to. FNX gonna be going down as well. This is looking like a match point here for Heroic. The 2 Max 7s are left, but they're just not in position to really do anything. Nikolai with another double kill, and Valde as well. Unreal. 15-11 here. Valde at 29 kills, and Nikolai at 22.
Here we go. This is the beginning now. Can SK Gaming weather the storm and take 4 rounds in a row, take this to overtime, or are Heroic going to start this group off with a massive upset? That would be one of the biggest upsets of the tournament so far. Granted, best of 1, not best of 3, not playoff sort of scenario, but for Heroic to take down SK Gaming on Cobblestone, that would be a fantastic result for the Danes to start. I mean, anything is possible at that point. We're expecting SK to top the group.
That is definitely the prediction, right? Them and NIP and Cloud9 was Day's top 3, and I think that was a very reasonable list. This time, it is looking way better. 2 versus 5. I don't think it's going to happen. Modi getting a timing right, but still not getting the kill. FNX standing his ground, and that will be the round. We could well be looking at overtime here. It's 12-15. The money, it is there for Heroic. A big bank on Valde especially.
Yeah, no, it's going to be really hard for SK Gaming to actually get Heroic to eco at this point. Especially if they can get bomb plants Heroic, and if it turns into retake scenarios, but if they can get bomb plants Heroic, they can buy for days. So this is now or never for SK Gaming. It's just going to turn into a grind here. And we're going to see this championship team. I mean, lauded as the best team in the world, won both majors this year. I mean, we're going to have to see what they're capable of here. If they can keep their cool and just work it 1 round at a time versus Heroic. And Heroic, they continue to slow things down. Another default setup for them. It's 3 defaults in a row now for Heroic, where they really just want to see what SK Gaming have got going for them.
I mean, it also adds to the tale of sort of all these rumors that we keep hearing about potential sort of internal struggle on SK, or we keep making no. I'm not sure which is which anymore, but either way, there is talk about it all the time that maybe there is something going on inside that team that isn't quite working, and with a performance like this one, where it's not that they're not sort of hitting shots or anything. They just don't seem like a very hungry team. They don't seem like a team that's like, you know, fired up, ready to go, ready to win. That's what Heroic does, and I want to see them sort of kickstart it again here. You know, get SK Gaming back up and running, get a little bit of hunger in there, maybe get a little bit of angry and just try and take it out on Heroic.
They've got that same flash set up to clear drop room, it looks like. Or maybe, I mean, Nikolai's got the nades to set it up here for Velda. Waiting. I just want to see if it happens again. Are they going to do it again? How are they going to clean out that room? Or is Velda just going to sit and wait patiently?
So far he is now. Cold Seer going to come and check it, and he just has the better angle, so Val